Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Story Behind the Story. I'm your host, Keegan Cooper, and with me, Jon Walker. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. How about yourself, Keegan?
You know, taking it one day at a time, but I'm getting
That's all you can do.
Yep.
That's all you can do.
Honestly, yep. So I know you recently had the chance to sit down and talk with Jordan Mell about esports and the possibility of it coming to Northwest and what that looks like. What was it like?
So yeah, Paul Bennett and Jordan Mell were kind of the two people that spearheaded this whole operation. Paul Bennett has been at Northwest since 2015. 2 years after he got here in 2017, he said, you know, I have a passion for esports and I want to bring that to campus to share with people that have the same passion that I do for it. So he and a now alum, Colin Seibert, they created the Fighting Gaming Club. And then just kind of from there, the ball got rolling, and they, I think, reached up to like 80 members of the Fighting Gaming Club at one point. And yeah, then they tried to become affiliated with the university as like a recognized athletics program. And due to some certain things that I talk about in my story, that wasn't really possible. But the Northwest Director of Athletics, Andy Peterson, was a massive advocate, even brought it up in like board meetings with President Jasinski and all that. And yeah, then finally, they are now, this is where Jordan Mell comes into play. He is kind of the coordinator of like club sports and competitive sports on campus for recreation. And he kind of gave esports the club sports plug. And so now there will be an esports lab on the third floor of the Union. So
yeah, and when we looked at that brand new esports lab, it all started from just one, you know, a guy who's passionate about something, and to see it grow, and especially with, obviously we're wearing masks right now. Do we think that, or do you think that esports will grow and prosper here at Northwest?
If I had to give a personal opinion, I think just simply put, yes. I think the industry as a whole is probably going to take off. I mean, it already has because of the pandemic. You know, I stream on Twitch sometimes, and I am also an avid follower of Twitch and main channels. And just the viewership and engagement that some of my favorite streamers have gotten throughout this time, I don't really know how it wouldn't take off, especially if the mitigation efforts of social distancing, wearing a mask kind of stay in place. Esports was probably the one sport that was built to withstand a pandemic, not knowing it. So if I had to guess, yes, esports will probably take off and stay long-lasting on campus. And
I know we see they're not affiliated with Northwest, but what were the issues that happened with that, why they couldn't be affiliated with Northwest?
Paul Bennett told me, simply put, because the NCAA can't really regulate esports, or they haven't regulated esports yet since it's been ever-changing and ever-evolving. It'd be really hard to sit down and say, these are regulations, knowing that those same regulations could change the next time that a next game in the series comes out. And so that was pretty much the reason that he told me, because there aren't any set regulations over it. But he did elaborate on that and say that it was really cool that they're not necessarily an athletic affiliate, because he can pretty much say, like, okay, we have these three people, they're our varsity team. Like, there are no regulations for them. And so it has its pros and cons, but athletics has still been really supportive of them, and yeah, so.
And into the games specifically, with esports, we see a lot of different games played. What here at Northwest are the standout games, or the ones that you'll be able to see here played?
So it started with, like, the Fighting Gaming Club started with like Super Smash Bros, Mortal Kombat, the Essentials, of course, and then now it's just kind of evolving into everything that really kind of all the mainstream games. You have Fortnite, League of Legends, Rainbow Six. I think Rainbow Six was kind of the big one for like competitive teams for the program last year. But yeah, they're starting to get into League of Legends. There were a few hiccups there in terms of getting their team together and competition-wise, but yeah, Rainbow Six Siege was the big one, and I think it will continue to be, just because of the engagement of the game and the fact that the Tom Clancy series is pretty popular. So.
Well, super exciting to see esports come to Northwest and to see it grow, and looking forward to see it expand.
Yeah, for sure.
Want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Yeah, awesome. It was awesome. This has been Story Behind the Story. I'm your host, Keegan Cooper, and we'll see you next time.